What's going on, everyone? It's Jeremy with JMed's Brick Clicks. I have a couple people that have reached out to me and asked me to do a how do you build this little mini excavator video that I made a video on this, and it's been a couple years. I think I may have made this like 3 years ago, maybe back in 2021. So I'm going to go over it. I've got all the parts. I just wanted to do a quick little spin to show you all sides of it just in case. I'll try to reach out to a couple of those people in the comments in the previous video. I don't remember if it's the regular video or the YouTube short, but I'll find it. So let's get started with this. All right, let's look at some of the features first. So we can turn it. It's got a hook on the back. That is an optional hook, only if you want to put it on a trailer. Our front, we've got our little, kind of like a little grater attachment on the front. Got our boom arm. And then to get our minifig in, we just raise that up and the guy sits in there. The side panels are very fragile. They are only connected by one stud. Let me show you that. Yeah, that's what it is. It just sits on there with one stud. So let's bring it in. We'll bring this back a little bit. Here's the pieces. Now, most of these pieces are going to be fairly easy to get. The only ones you're going to have trouble with are the ones that haven't been made in 20 plus years, which are the buckets. I use a black bucket on here. I think they make a gray one as well. So you can buy a black one or a yellow one. These were made starting, I want to say starting in the early 80s for all the construction stuff. It's a big hole in Lego's piece or part selection right now currently, because there is no rear like backhoe bucket. If you'll notice or remember, the latest backhoe that came out last year, this one, yeah, it wasn't a backhoe. It had a the jackhammer piece on the back. So we had a great front bucket, but yeah, we're still lacking that piece. The other thing to note here is, yeah, it's not the old, it's not this new hinge piece setup. It's the old finger, 2 and 3 finger setup. So here's your 2, and this one won't match up to it because it's only 2 fingers. So you gotta have one of these with 3 and this. Just like that. Now that's the only hard piece that you're gonna have, or the only piece that, or 2 pieces I guess, that you're gonna have a hard time finding if you haven't collected Lego in the last 20 or 30 years. They're not expensive pieces. You could probably find them easily on eBay. They're on Bricklink. Maybe $1 a piece. The problem is when you go to buy them, you're going to pay $5 for shipping. So buy a decent amount of stuff to justify these 2 pieces costing you $7 in the end after you pay for the shipping. So keep that in mind. Okay, we'll start with the cab. Here's the cab. Those 2. The other 2 you just need to invert. We're building this part right here. Got to have those 2 pieces. And we just connect them like that. And then that is our cab. Got the one little black piece here. If you don't want to use black, you want to use yellow. Perfectly fine. Just used it because I had it. So there's that part. Now our gears, because we're using the little chains, and these are only like a few, I don't know what, 10 cents, 5 to 10 cents a piece. I honestly don't know how many sections. If you want to pause the video and count those sections, there you go. You also have the option to use, there's 2 different versions of this with 2 different colors. You have light gray and the dark gray. You also notice the axles. You got to use the 4 long axle, and it comes in gray or black. So if you have those pieces, it's going to save you money. The turntable, we can pop this off. You need a turntable, and you can see a couple tiles there. Like I said, that's an optional piece. And then for the bottom, we use one of the car pieces, And then all we do is connect these. You got to have the ones that looks like this, and you just connect them like that. We'll run that piece through on that side, run it through on the other, and there you go. Easy enough, hopefully. All right, the side panels, that's a super easy thing as well. It's only taken 3 pieces if you have the L piece. If not, you saw the other one. I only had 1 on there. That's how you make that. What's the trick? You got to have 2 of those. The 1x1s with the stud on the side. Which a lot of people call them snot. I'm more leaning to calling them snoot, since stud's not on top, but wait, there is a stud on top. So snot, I call it snoot, stud's not only on top. So I eat my own little thing, little joke, inside joke, sorry. All right, our levers, there you see that. You need the 4 or 1x4 tiles. Now these, that connection there, you can actually use the newer version because it'll bend just the same. Just like that. And same with that connection because you're not going 90 degrees all the way down. So whatever you want to use on that, if you have the parts, whatever works for you guys. There's our front piece for that. And I think that's just about it. Let me see if I can find this trailer. My son's been playing with it, and I honestly don't know where it's at. Now you can use any truck, you can use any trailer. I made this cheap little custom trailer. I know it is not anything special. Don't judge me on the trailer. It was just made just like a couple minutes, and you know I could make something easy. So that's all it is. It's nothing great. If you want to see how it's made, there it is. We just got a ramp on the back. This being the biggest part here. So when we drive this thing up, it'll fit, and then to haul it, yeah, like I said, we'll just do that. Pop it here, put our back end up, and off we go. So that's why I made a trailer for it. You'll notice there's one other thing here if you want to, only because the backhoe has one. I didn't want to leave out the backhoe. So I made a backhoe, yeah, the hammer, the jackhammer piece. So you just pop that off, pop this on. I don't know why I can't remember the word jackhammer. And there you go. You've got a multi-use little mini X. And if you need to, you can just set it like that. Either way, whatever you guys want to do. Anyway, like I said, this is the hardest piece you're going to have finding it. The rest of it, you'll probably have most of the pieces. It doesn't have to be in yellow. Bobcat does theirs in white and orange. You could do it in yellow. You can do it. Green's going to be a little bit of a challenge. You can do it in all black. The biggest thing that's going to limit you if you want to do the bucket is the bucket colors, because I know they do come in a few colors, but black, yellow, and gray are the 3 easiest ones to find. So keep that in mind on your bucket color, black being the easiest one that would probably try to go with anything. If you wanted to make a Kubota one in orange, as long as all these pieces exist, I don't think that clip does, but you could just do that in black. Your levers, all black would work. The rest of it, I think you could do that. So whatever design or whatever theme or brand you want to make, I think you could do it. So good luck building it. Hopefully this worked for you guys. Hopefully you liked it. Here's the one set. Before we go, this is one of my very first Lego sets. This little steam shovel. And that's kind of where the idea came from, honestly. So you have this one little piece that you have to put on the back. This came out in the early 80s, just to keep it from moving. There's the instructions. One of the other things, if you're looking for the parts, check out this number, because you'll be able to look up like what pieces are in this set, and each piece will have a part number. So that's the best way I can tell you how to get to these, to find these pieces, unless they'll actually just say on here. Hold on. 4628, or is that 4626? And then the finger piece, what do we have here? 4275. There you go. All right, thanks for watching, everyone. Hopefully you liked it, and we'll see you in the next video.